Hi, and welcome to Menutail. Today, we're going to go over the feature of how to create a nutrition label. The first thing you need is your master recipe. Now, for this example, we're going to have a recipe for walnut cookies. Here, we have a percentage weights, and we have grams. So everything here is scaled very accurately to the gram. Also, we have a yield of 24 cookies, but for your yields, they may be larger. The first thing we do is go to Menutail and click Create Nutrition Label, and give it a name. Now you have two options here. You can say FDA Nutrition Facts Label or Nutrition Profile. The nutrition profile is if you just want the calories and nutrition information of an item, more for like a restaurant. The first thing we do is create our recipe formula. Now this is kind of similar to Google search, where you can enter things like, your first thing would be butter without salt. And you have two options. You can use the drop down to select the items, or you can enter in by grams. Because we're doing a baking recipe, everything will be entered by grams. After you're done entering the ingredients, you need to enter the yield. So the number of servings here is for us to be 24, and so this would mean it would be 24 cookies. Next, just review the page. Now, when you have a nutrition facts label, there are two regulations that are required. You need an allergen statement and an ingredient statement. The allergen statement here, we already select the ones that are applicable, but we just ask that you review it one more time to be sure. The next thing, for the ingredient statement, the requirement is that the heaviest ingredient is listed to the least heavy ingredient. Now, we've already organized it in the right order, but what you can do is you can kind of clean up the ingredient description. So you see wheat flour, white, all-purpose, unenriched. You can actually just change this to flour. For the one typical serving, ask, so for your product, what is one typical serving somebody would eat? So we'll say one cookie. And you have to weigh the amount of one cookie and how many servings are in your package. Whoops. There you go. Now lastly, you can review it one last time. Your ingredients, your ingredient statement, allergen statement, and the top of your nutrition facts, which is the serving sizes. And when you finish, just click Generate Label. When you generate the label, the preview will be blank. You have to wait about 1 minute and refresh the page, and the label will be ready. Now that the page is refreshed, you'll notice that you have 4 different labels you can use. The vertical label is the biggest one that gives the most information in a readable format. Long tab label is the same, except it's in a horizontal format. Short tab is just a little shrunk with abbreviations, and linear tab for really small packages. You also have another field for optional nutrients, where you can add things like polyunsaturated fat. So if you feel that your formulation has these positive health benefits, then you should check them. Lastly, there's a full nutrition profile where you can see the very full detailed profile of your food item. Now, of course, you want to give this to your designer, so what you do is you download the vertical label. And in the vertical label, this will be a PDF, and this will be a vector. So you can put this in Adobe Illustrator, and you can scale this as small or as large as you want, and there will be no quality loss. Lastly, let's just say that you need to reformulate, like you add more cookies in your recipe. What you can easily do is click Edit and unlock the item, and you can start this process all over again. What's nice about the silver plan is you can create an unlimited amount of nutrition facts labels. That means if you make a mistake, you can make it over and over until you get it right. Also, if you're formulating a new recipe for the first time, you can put in the recipe and kind of see how many calories there are just as a gauge before you run into your final production recipe. We hope you enjoyed this video, and please visit us at menutail.com. Thanks!